Beautiful shot from Danban. We've been saying it, Rico. He's looked like he's a person that can certainly hold a bat, and he's proving it here because that's carved away nicely.
Yeah, and that's a big over, isn't it? 23 come of it. Magical. It's the over they needed. The over they needed to get them sort of back on track and say, right, okay, this is on. If we keep our cool. And I just wonder, when will Istanbul KSK turn to Murad, to Uzbek, to come in and try and shut shop on this one? And let's have a look at what's coming up next. And I tell you what, Kevin D'Souza, well, if we were happy to see Hussein, well, we're going to be happy to see Kevin D'Souza as well. He's in the side for Sofia Spartans, who are looking to play only their second game in the competition. They've had 7 that have been abandoned. 1 they played, which they won. So you can see the record there. Well, 8. Yeah. Well, that's quite amazing. I'm just looking at it. I said 8? Yeah, they have indeed.
Right, I'm going to book an appointment at the old Spec.
Yeah, go on, do that. Good job not umpiring anymore.
When was the last time you umpired?
It's a while, actually. I reckon a couple of years now. Easily a couple of years. Back in, where would it have been? It would have been at Bonalba.
Ah.
Okay, here we go. This is the big over now. So Uzbek comes back.
Driven down the ground nicely. And although he hasn't quite followed through that, he's timed it very well. And Hussein wanted a second, and then they won't. But yeah, no surprise that they're going to go back to Uzbek for this over, because that last one, of course, went for 21. So they're thinking, okay, another big over, then there's a real game on our hands. But you keep this one as quiet as possible, you almost take them out of it.
Remember, Ali Turkman has bowled himself out as well. Isa bowled out. So interesting to see how, I mean, you would think that Mohamed Turkman will have to bowl another. It's whipped away nicely. They're running hard. They want to. They're taking on the fielder. No, they're not. In comes a throw, and Lodi is knocked out. Well, a bit of grisly action there. There's the ball. Takes out Lodi, who doesn't see. Well, I said he's always smiling. He's not smiling anymore now, because that's the second time he finds himself on the deck as the ball comes in. He always wants it, but then he always backpedals when it comes in. Talk to me about that. Why is he going running backwards?
I don't know. Go forward, take it on the full. Go backwards, you just are adding another variable and then make it harder. And now he's. Oh, I'm not saying anything. I'm staying very quiet now about his keeping, because that's down the leg side.
Yeah,
and that's a valuable extra. And okay. Well, that's. So Ramesh just told me, saying, "Hope you're well." Says you can't swim in the lake. But fishing is popular if you're down for it. I won't fish, mostly because I don't have the patience for it. I hate fishing. Can't stand it. I think, what's the point? Especially when people just put it back in. What's the point? No one's worried about it. I don't care. Oh, that's down the leg side again. That's going to be another wide.
I can see what he's trying to do here.
And
he's trying to sneak in. He's trying to hit the leg stick, because look what Hussein does. It goes right across. So I can see the idea, but, I mean, Charlie, you just pointed out to me, the problem with these is that this over has taken a while, and look at the time. I can't see them making it in time, you know.
Yeah, it's running itself down. They're going to have to get through these overs pretty quickly. This time is a legal delivery and slapped down the ground, and they'll want 2 straight away, but that'll just be 1. But, hey, I like the intensity, because the thing is when you shout too. The fielder in his head's already lost it.
Yeah.
He's thinking, oh, no, don't mess up now, because if I pick this up, I can go ahead and get it in and get a wicket and then the game over. But he doesn't. That's good fielding. Keeps his calm and collected. What's that now? 2 minutes 30. Could be close. Oh, well bowled. Very well bowled. That was a serious bouncer from Uzbek.
You say it could be close. They got this over to complete, and then another.
Bowl
right?
They've got it well.
So they've got, this is going to be the end. So they've got to bowl. That was what 2 balls to come in this. So they've got to bowl 8 balls.
In probably about, well, they've got to bowl the 8th over and start that last over in about a minute and a half, I reckon, by the time they get round.
Yeah.
It's going to be close.
I don't think they'll do it. I honestly don't think they'll do it. I'll be surprised if they do. Takes the single. Yep, it's a call. And Uzbek is just saying, yeah, just hand it back to me nice and slow. But the thing is, I honestly don't think they realise that they're running behind. I mean, the umpires will always be telling the fielding side, you know, hey, captain, you're this much behind, that much behind. By the time this ball is bowled and the next over starts, they'll have a minute to get 6 balls in. I don't think they're going to do it.
I can't see it. Not at all. I mean, by the time they get through this, it's probably going to end up being a minute left anyway, with quite a lot to go. And, well, that will be the end of the over, and it will be 40 needed off the last 12, but that could be 5 less depending on what happens. And at the end of 8 overs, the score is 77 for 2.
Yeah, and then the bowler who's bowling next over was the man at fine leg. Looks like it's Mesut Ozturk, who's running now. Well, he's walking now. I mean, look at them. There's no urgency here at all. They're gonna end up giving away 5 penalty runs here. That could be crucial at the state of this. So we're saying 77 for 2 here. And you might as well say they're in the 80s already. 82 for 2. So 35 probably required.
Yeah, Ian Ramage is just having a conversation here. Well, look at it already.
Yeah, they're still. Oh, yeah. I think they're just getting. They've accepted. Well, whether they accept it or not, well, you might as well get used to it. There's going to be 5 penalty runs coming on here for sure.
Yeah, there has to be. Of course, it won't get signalled till the start of that last over. So anything you want to add 5 onto whatever comes off this over, because. Yep, that's already down to 15 seconds now, so it's not even going to happen whatsoever. Here we go then. It's going to be Ozturk. Well, that's going to be a dot ball straight away. This would be a great time to take a maiden, wouldn't it?
It certainly would be. I mean, that rate, what they've done. I mean, look, you can see what is at. They're needing magical overs to finish, but bear in mind, you'll have definitely 5 runs to go on. So, but still, well, this doesn't help either. Well, I think they've just accepted the fact that they're going to take, because I think there's a bit of talking going on there now. So
there we go. And there it is, the 5-run penalty. So that'll be due to the time for Istanbul KSK.
But
there's confirmation.
Why is that being put on now, Charlie? Why? They normally wait till the start of the last. Why is it being applied now? I don't get that. You know the reason I don't get it is, let's say something happens here. Let's say that this ends up real bad over. And then it could actually be 10. So, I don't know. That's been done wrongly for me. It's got to be done before the start of the last over. So, I'm very surprised that they stopped proceedings there to give that signal. That's not the way it's done.
Anyway, it's 5 penalty runs then. So, yeah, that now becomes, 35 needed off 11. And, well, this could be close here. It's a fumble. So, it will be a single. And, yeah, they need boundaries. They need at least 2 boundaries to have any chance here. Yeah, no, you are. I think you're right there, Rico. But of course, 5 runs penalty is still a penalty. Still 5 runs of a penalty, right?
Yeah.
So you're still going to happen. But I think it's just a bit of an earlier confirmation than anything.
Yeah, it's a bit early because don't forget. I mean, the reason I say that. I mean, if this, let's just say Ozturk just went to pot here, bowling these 6 deliveries, and it was wide after wide over wide. The 5 could become 10. So you always wait to the end of the 9th over. So that was a bit of an unusual one for me. But anyway, you got to say though, Ozturk, despite everything, he's keeping his nerve pretty well, and so far has bowled some good deliveries. You can see Hussain there a little bit disappointed. And well, he's not disappointed with this one. He waits for it and he hits it big with that 6. Shaba Kinnasona. That one is sweet out of the middle, sweeter than a bowl of rasmalai. Good hit.
Yeah, no, nice shot, slower delivery, and it just sits up like a peach. And well, you probably say that's like taking candy from a baby, because that's a big shot, isn't it? And it's now 28 needed off 8, so another boundary or 2 here. Just changes it here and goes down to the last. Well, this time just pushed into the offside, and
he wants to, but I don't think he's going to get it.
Got to follow through with it. This is what I remember last year.
Yeah,
you and Vinny both saying that this was your issue with Hussain, is that you wanted to see him follow through with his shots and commit to it.
Yeah.
And he hasn't there.
Yeah.
And it could come down to, okay, you might miss out, but someone might be able to come in and hit a quick 5-15. You never know.
Nobody out on the offside. They'll come back for 2. But, well, takes an age picking it up, the fielder. But 2 is a win, really, for Istanbul. So it's like we're going to go into the last over, and we're going to need something magical and something special if Plovdiv are going to pull this one off. The question is who will bowl it now. It looks like it will be. No, it won't be. I thought maybe it's going to be Mohamed Turkmen. It won't. So
it's going to be Sahib Iqbal.
Yeah, somebody who hasn't bowled. So there's always a bit of a gamble in itself. They're just checking to see how many runs required. But I can tell you, 25 required of 6 balls. So 92 for 2. And So Iqbal checking his field, 2 batters getting ready. Well, Charlie, who was complaining about all the white fluff flying around, now has somehow managed to get some in his eyes which bypass his shades. And they've got you, haven't they? They've got you.
Yeah, that hurt. That really caused some unconventional, a bit of uncomfort there. 25 needed off 6 then. 24 needed for a golden ball. And, yeah, I mean, they've got to get an early boundary in here because they've got to get boundaries here, don't they? They're not going to do it anyway else, are they?
Yeah, he's got it, and he's... either.
Good start, dot ball, and that's gold dust. And we're talking about dust flying everywhere. That's a little bit of it there because that's a really good, well-executed first ball. Just tightens him up for space, doesn't give him any room.
Yeah, but that's what I was talking about, that particular delivery where left hands are pretty strong on it. The same now tries to give himself some room. It's going to be called a wide. Andy Turkman thinks he heard something on it, but I don't know whether that was about trying to outfox umpire Ivan, but he doesn't fall for it. Signals the wide. So just see this again. Yeah, it doesn't make contact on anything.
Daylight between both bat and pad. This needs to be illegal. Oh, and how does that miss? Take a run. Oh, no. I don't know how that's missed, but this is great bowling in the death from Iqbal.
He's trying to give himself room outside the office. And look at Hussain, he always tries to give himself some room. And that one, well, the length on it was perfect. Wasn't able to get underneath it. It's another dot.
Yeah, and that pretty much is the game, as it won't go for a maximum. And they're going to come back and try for a second here. And they'll get back for a second as well, as that's a bit of a poor throw from the fielder. And Turkman has taken one for the old... for the sake of the game, isn't he?
He has. Well, Turkman, he's worn this one. Watch, he takes the bowler's position. Oh, ouch.
That's horrible.
Yeah, that hurts. You can see he's hobbling around.
They're saying that it's going to come down, and it's just, again, it's another frustrating one for Plovdiv. We saw it a couple times last week where they have set batsmen, but they just struggle to get those last few runs. I mean, it's just been a case of not taking on the on the bowlers. I mean, 11 extras is going to come back to haunt them. And, well, this time, plays all round it, and it kind of is just sort of the end, really, for Plovdiv, because they are going to fall short here, and now losing a wicket, just trying to head out is Dambal. 15 off of 13. It's been the strike rates that have been the issue for Plovdiv. It's not been too much of a frequent flow of runs, really. But another wicket, and Iqbal picks up a well-deserved wicket as well. He's bowled well in his only over, 96 for 3.
Yeah, hasn't he bowled well? I mean, that one was a lot quicker. So there it was short. And Rahul Dambal looking to go over cow corner with it, but doesn't judge the pace, gets his stumps knocked over. So Istanbul, though I have to say, they've been a little bit below par this morning. They have the sort of the dynamics that we normally see from them in the field being missing. They made some changes as well with the batting order and with the bowling lineup as well, but still they're going to get another victory here. So they remain the unbeaten side, and Plov
Istanbul, they did the hard work, and well, been able to play much cricket.
They haven't been able to play much. And Kushal Krishnan Kumar, he was sensational. Remember, along with Manan Bashir, he has scored a century in this series. They'll be delighted to have Kevin D'Souza back in their side as well. And also the bowling of Ali Rasool the other day was sensational. So they're looking good at Istanbul KSK, even when they rotate things around a little bit.